We're going to learn now about plagues and the Passover. So we're still here in Egypt with Moses being spared from that order from the Pharaoh of every baby boy, every Hebrew baby boy being killed at birth. So Moses was spared from that. Okay, so let's jump into another story about Moses and this time in Egypt. Plagues! God sent Moses and his brother Aaron to ask the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, to let the Hebrews go free because they were enslaved. This Pharaoh had enslaved all of the Hebrews. Okay? But Pharaoh refused to let Moses' people go. So God sent a series of plagues upon the Egyptians, each more terrible than the last. He changed the waters of the Nile into blood so that all the fish died and the air stank. Then he sent a plague of frogs hopping into every nook and cranny. Gnats, flies, animal sickness, and boils all followed, one after the other, but still Pharaoh wouldn't change his mind. Next came thunder and heavy hail, which stripped the land, while lightning struck again and again, and fires blazed. Then came a swarm of locusts. Nothing green remained in all of Egypt. After this, God sent total darkness for 3 whole days. But then the time had come for the most dreadful plague of all. Let's read the Passover. Moses warned Pharaoh that God would pass through the country at midnight, and every firstborn son in the land would die, from the son of Pharaoh himself to the son of the lowliest slave girl, and even the firstborn of the animals as well. Pharaoh would not listen. Moses told his people that each family must kill a lamb and smear the blood of the doorframe and eat the meat in a special way. The next day, the land was filled with the sound of mourning, for all the firstborn sons had died, even Pharaoh's son. But God had passed over the houses of the Israelites that had the blood smeared over them, and they were spared. Now the Egyptians couldn't get rid of the Hebrews quick enough, and so Moses and his people prepared to leave Egypt.